Alright guys, 2025 is here. We made it. 2024 was a great year. Thank you guys for all your support throughout the whole year. Once again, we did better than we did in 2023. More views, more subs, almost 10,000 subscribers, almost 7 million views. It was awesome. You guys' support means everything to me. At the end of last year, I also posted my Astroworld documentary, and that didn't take off as good as the Magic Mountain or the Kings Island one, but in the end, it got about like 76,000 views, still going, so thanks again for checking that out. And of course, I just posted my Great Adventure documentary this past Christmas, so if you guys haven't checked it out yet, please do. Those documentaries really help carry the channel through these dark, dank, coasterless winter months. So yeah, I think it's my best one yet, just in terms of the quality. It's the longest one by far, and a lot of stuff happened at Great Adventure after I wrapped that thing up, so that's kind of too bad, but it happens. So for my next one, I was considering another coaster for its 50th anniversary, either Busch Gardens Williamsburg or King's Dominion, and I was kind of torn. Busch Gardens is a totally new park just in terms of its history is not tied to anything else I've done, whereas King's Dominion and Kings Island kind of have a parallel history. So I did a poll. I think Busch Gardens won like 71 to 29 or something like that. So I think that's the best choice to do. So I will be doing Busch Gardens this next year, and I've already started research on that. And Kings Island, I'll try to do something for you, maybe some kind of mini doc or something like that. It's too bad two awesome parks are having their anniversary in the same year, but you know, that's the way it works out. And it's funny because they're so close to each other. Okay, so we're saying goodbye to 2024. But before we do, let's look back at my favorite coaster days of the year. Number 5 is Lagoon. This was my first trip back since 2019. I got to ride Primordial, which I actually watched being built in 2019. Of course, I got more Cannibal rides. I got more rides on everything. The park wasn't that crowded, and I really missed going there, and it was good to get back. Number 4 is Dreamworld. This was a beautiful day. I wasn't really expecting a lot from the park, but it really impressed me. Steel Taipan's spinning back car was one of the best things ever. I almost got decapitated by Motocoaster's test seat. I got to walk around the park and see the wildlife. I touched a kangaroo. They had a really cool flying theater. It was an awesome day to end my trip in Australia. Number 3, Great Adventure on its 50th anniversary. We spent a full day there. It was a Sunday, and we got to ride pretty much everything. We stayed open to close. My first real full day there in 5 years. Sophie's first rides on the big coasters, lapping Nitro, rediscovering the mine train, and had one last ride on King Ka. Number 2 was the craziest day I spent in Australia, and by far the hottest day I was there. That was when we went to SeaWorld, meeting Riley and Jake from Maloney's Coasters. We got to ride Leviathan backwards, went back to Movie World for bonus rides on Superman and DC Rivals, and at the end, we went to a cricket match. And of course, number 1 has to be Kings Island. We split this over 2 days. The first day, the girls wanted to go to the Great Wolf Lodge, but that night, I went into the park and got my first night ride on the Beast. That became Sophie's number 1 overall coaster, and the next day, we went back, and the park was pretty much empty. We walked on pretty much everything. It was your typical Kings Island weekday. Even though it wasn't super crowded, they were all running 2 or 3 trains on all the rides. So if any park was thinking about dethroning Kings Island as my favorite park, it's not gonna happen this year. Okay, that was 2024. Let's see what I have planned for 2025. I had a lot of options this year, but I think the best thing for me and the family was to go back to Florida. It just so happens that my trip lines up with the grand opening of Epic Universe. I do plan on being there on opening day on May 22nd, and that's gonna be crazy. Like, I think I'm gonna have to get there at like 5 o'clock in the morning, so yeah, if anyone else is going there, let me know, because I will definitely be there. So to get access, I had to buy a 3-day Universal Pass, so I'll be hitting all 3 parks that week. The first time my girls have been to the Universal parks in Florida. And yes, my very last time on Hollywood Rip Ride Rocket. We're also going to Magic Kingdom, SeaWorld, and Busch Gardens. Then, up the coast to Family Kingdom for the first time, riding Swamp Fox. And ending our trip at Busch Gardens Williamsburg and King's Dominion. I gotta get footage for my documentary, and ride Big Bad Wolf and Rapterra. Then, in July, I'll be joining the coaster crew on their trip to Japan, hitting up all the major parks and a bunch of small ones also. So, Fuji-Q, Nagashima Spa-Land, Universal, Disney, Thunder Dolphin. After the Scandinavia trip, I think everyone wanted to do Japan next, so kudos to Tim Halloran for making it happen. This is going to be an awesome trip. Before I go, I just want to plug the Patreon. Basically, for $5 a month, you get bonus access to all my videos. You can watch them before they drop. Also, bonus Q&A sessions, a shout out after you join, and your name on this fancy Patreon screen. Also, I'm kicking off year 6 on my raw footage channel. If you have your own channel and need access to footage that you don't already have, just go over there, download it, and use it without getting worried about copyright strikes. Also, huge thanks to all the channels that put their content out there copyright free. Let's all be civil and be one big happy coaster family. So that's it. Thanks again for watching. Thanks for all your support for the year. Happy New Year, and I'll see you next time.